Hello, this is the Nerd Edification Hour. I'm Caleb.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jeremy.
And in today's show, we're going to have movie, comic book news kind of stuff and situation. Then always your Nintendo news right after that. The inevitable.
I'm about to say, you never say that anymore.
It's inevitably Nintendo.
Eventually.
You took it, I'm okay with it, just run with it.
We are really running with
Then we'll
it.
have your nerd vocab, and then, of course, your video game and then technology news.
I wouldn't say so much technology as science and weird.
All
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Science and weird news.
Science and weird news is what it is. Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty.
it sounds like a
it's-
horrible experiment.
Yes, it does. You're a little bit of preview there. A little weird. A little weird.
So
So-
things are a bit different this time around. Just want to quickly touch on this real quick. We do want to move into this studio because after uploading the video last week, I was kind of like, there's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a lot better quality and
I like it.
it makes it easier on the folks who run the camera with the switching.
Right now,
Yeah.
Kyle couldn't be with us
Yeah.
today, so we have Jason back there. So
He's awesome.
He's waving his hand.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're trying to figure out how to run things live from within here. It's a bit different
Yeah.
than from.
Yeah, and we may also in the future add some video elements.
Yay!
Yes, video
Yeah.
elements.
Rachel, while the camera's on you, go ahead.
Things.
What's going on?
Oh yeah,
Tom
okay,
Cruise?
yeah. A little bit about Tom Cruise here. Tom Cruise and Sofia Boutella, who was in Kingsman, have officially joined Universal Pictures' upcoming The Mummy reboot. Now, which this is really interesting. I actually didn't know about this. I didn't know.
This
This is bizarre, but it kind of makes me happy.
I like the first two. After that, it could just be forgetful.
Well, yeah, but this is the studio also announced that the monster movie's release date is going to be on June 9th, 2017. It's moving from its original March 24th release date of 2017. Cruise and Boutella were both previously rumored for the film, but their involvement was not confirmed until just recently. I think it was maybe yesterday. Cruise will star with Boutella on board as the female version of The Mummy. Now, what makes this interesting is that there was this one show at Universal where instead of them having the original Mummy, it was a lady. That show is now done, which I'm still really mad about. But I like that they're kind of putting it in there, and I'm wondering, is it going to be Cleopatra?
My thing is that if that's their main marketing point for this movie, which is kind of what Ghostbusters is doing right now, not exactly the best way to market it.
But here's the thing. While plot details are being kept under wraps, Variety reported that the reboot of the 1932 horror classic is going to be expected to take place during present day. Which is the first, and it's the first of the first for the franchise since the original films. So the huge Universal monster movies. I mean, they're big.
Yeah.
They're big. I mean, there's diners that are monster movie stuff. That's how popular they are. So for them to kind of reboot this franchise with a little bit new, that's kind of cool for the franchise itself, as long as they don't ruin it.
Well, it kind of helps that it's also in the public domain, so they can just go to
Yes,
town with these.
yes.
Anyone can make a Dracula, anyone can
Right.
make a mummy.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
So if they don't do it justice, then someone else will, maybe.
well, speaking of justice, I'll go and do this one, because there's actually been updates for a lot of this since then.
Yes, there is.
So there have been a few teases for months and months about DC's cinematic take on the Justice League and how they might be involved in Batman vs. Superman. New image has hit social medias, which actually is official. It is
Yeah.
showing the actual group.
Yeah.
There was a whole hour-long special they had
Right.
showing the characters. But shows the whole group minus Green Lantern. But they did eventually say Green Lantern's coming.
Good,
It's
good.
not right away, but they're doing a whole Green Lantern Corps.
Good, because it needs to...
Well, side note, they didn't just show, what was his name? I just blanked on it. Hal Jordan, but they also showed Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's awesome.
And Kilowog. But
And they also, in that special, they did give a little bit of details about
Wonder Woman?
Aquaman.
Yeah, they showed a little bit of Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern, like I said. They showed a little tease with the Flash showing up. But
Yeah.
they've kind of specifically obscured his face because they haven't shown the whole suit yet, but they already know who's acting with it. So that's kind of nice, but it was ahead of the CW special they had for the DC.
Right, I did tune into that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's where they actually confirmed a lot of that stuff. Wonder Woman, they made a few changes, like she's now based in World War One instead of World War Two.
That's interesting. I wonder why that is.
A couple different theories. Part of it, I think they wanted to differentiate from Captain America because a lot of that was World War II.
Yeah.
That's true.
The
That
other
is true.
The other part of it is some people kind of saw World War II as a just war. We had an actual evil to go against. World War I was just straight up man's greed. It was all about land and just greed, period.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
the whole
World War
purpose
I
of
was
it.
messed
Well, World War II was about greed, just not on our side.
Yeah, but it was more of like you had an almost definite evil.
Exactly.
With a lot
I
of that,
agree.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it kind of gives a
then,
twist on it.
you know,
I don't know, it's looking good. I'm actually kind of happy about
Yeah,
it.
but the main reason that we mentioned this is there was a right before all the special and stuff came out and all this news started coming out, there was all these Facebook pages made for these properties, but
Yeah,
at
the
that
DC
point in
officials.
time it could take 2 to 4 days depending on the content of the page for your page to actually be marked as an official page for whatever official property you are.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it was like, well, wait a minute, is this actually real? And then to kind of lend legitimacy to it, the actual pages that were legitimate liked this page, but it hadn't been confirmed yet. So that's why people were a little bit like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they try to keep it under wraps when they can and then pop it up right beforehand nowadays.
right.
And I'm sure they can get in there and you can make a page, have it listed and just not make it public yet.
Yeah.
Just kind of turn the key for that.
I'm wondering if they did that on purpose or...
Great when they mess that up. A lot of video games have been leaked that way. Like, oh, we're just going to hold off. Oh, it's live? Oh, crap.
Darn. Okay.
Caleb?
Okay, so the new Suicide Squad trailer debuted, and Green Lantern is
Oh.
going to Justice League.
Yes.
As
My bad.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
I got excited.
spoilers, Jeremy.
Yes.
Well, this is spoilers anyway. As part of its half-hour special Dawn of the Justice League, director Kevin Smith aired the second official Suicide Squad trailer on the CW tonight.
Well,
the show, which it happened.
Which was like 2 days
it
ago.
happened. It was 2 days ago. Anyway, but yeah. Oh, and the song
I
that they.
think CW tonight. That's the show, right?
No,
No?
no,
I thought
no.
I'm pretty sure there's a show.
No, there's not.
Okay.
It's the channel is CW.
You can tell
Yeah.
how much CW I watch.
Yeah.
I know Legend of Tomorrow debuted last night.
Oh, I gotta go on Hulu and watch that.
Or to CW.com.
Or to
So basically, if you haven't seen the Suicide Squad trailer, it's out right now.
Yeah,
There is
it's
a description
awesome.
of this, but honestly, like
I'm really liking. I'm a huge comic book fan, and so like Suicide Squad's been around for quite a while. There's been different takes of it. It's kind of like they're taking the villains basically and making them work for the government. They're kind of a black ops group that have little tiny explosives in their heads, basically saying, okay, you're going to do this, and if you're more than likely going to die, but if you pull it off, we'll waive your entire thing and you're free to go. So they kind of make them do that, and they put the explosives in to kind of control them.
Yeah.
And there was hints of that in the trailer. They
Keeps
might be
them in
doing
line.
it.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, it gave the trailer itself. You should definitely go watch it, but it gave us some hints on certain things. Like, for example, people were kind of concerned about which origin of Harley Quinn they were going to use, and it's the one where she is put into that vat. Joke.
well, that's actually
Yeah.
never been one of them. That's
Yeah.
the thing. They're actually changed a little bit of this. But from what they've said,
Well,
and
it
they've
was
shown,
alluded to in one of them. I remember. I remember them talking about it at
because
one
she's
point.
never had the white skin like that.
No.
That was always makeup.
Yeah.
And the whole thing
No,
of it
I'm
was
pretty sure that it was a story arc in one of the DC Comics stuff.
it had to have been something brand new because I've got them from her original one from the animated series where
I'm-
she originated. They
I'm
moved
gonna have
over
to look
the-
it up because
yeah.
I remember them talking about it and saying, "Oh, they're using such and such storyline." Oh, wow.
Well, they have part of it where Joker basically tortured her
Yeah.
until he finally cracked her, and then this is kind of going a step further where it's almost like baptizing her to become that. But her line in there was absolutely fantastic when she's like, "What was that? You want me to kill everybody here?" It's like, "Oh, sorry, it's just the voices." Oh, I'm just kidding. That's that's not what they said. And I was just like, "All right, that's fantastic."
That
Now
is
there was
awesome. The song though that they had in the background throughout the entire
that worked out great.
Yeah, it was Queen.
Yeah, they're doing all the characters correct, especially Croc. I was really surprised.
The only weird part though, specifically though, is the Enchantress's costume.
That's actually pretty accurate though from the comics.
It is on some point, but there's been a lot of argument about it. I don't know why, since I'm not familiar with Enchantress, but apparently something with her is not gelling with some of the fans.
Well, she kind of phases in and out. She's basically two different characters.
Yeah.
She's possessed, is why
Oh,
they
yeah.
even pointed that. But one thing gets noted, she never shows up with the group. They never show her in any of the trailers as actually with them. but somehow she's like in the president's office. She's in these different places. So she's either working with them and kind of going back and forth, or what's going on with that. And then the other thing was the character that was in the train. And you knew I was going to bring this up.
Yeah.
After I did my homework. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. No, I knew you were going to bring this up.
Oh, come on. All right, so there's a DC comic book character from a while back called Chemo.
Yeah.
Big chemical guy. And he was at one time part of the Suicide Squad. He was dropped on a city like a chemical bomb and made to cause havoc and do everything, which they show a city like it's being attacked. People are going through it. There's things melted, which he was always known for doing, melting everything. And then they show the guy that's hit by a train and basically melts his way through it. Kind of just puts his hand up, melts it, and goes from there. And just the design of it is definitely drastically different, but it kind of throws back to that. And then the other part was from that same story, the Joker goes after him to take him like a chemical weapon for his own use, which no one knows what Jared Leto's actual position in this film is.
Yeah, all I know is that they are just they're giving away some things, but they're also being very vague about what they're giving away at the same time, which is kind of good because by doing that, they're going back to the way movie trailers are supposed to be, where it doesn't give away the plot of the entire movie in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm really, the only thing I'm really iffy about is Jared Leto's Joker. Not for his acting part, just the way they made him look. The metal teeth just look weird, which is a different take, and it's happened a lot.
Believe it, they are drawing on, I don't know which version of the Joker it is. There hasn't been
None
one.
Of them, that's the
there
thing.
hasn't been one where he's hardcore tattooed up and stuff like that. But the style of his hair,
well, the slick back hair was Batman Beyond.
Yeah, how he behaves, the
tuxedo was straight up out of an Alex Ross picture.
Yeah, the costume he uses, they're drawing on a lot of different sources of where he was and that kind of stuff. But the tattoos are different. They're trying to branch out and make this their own, which I'm particularly glad of because a lot of time. As a comic fan, I can understand how some of the people who have followed these storylines for so long are irritated.
Well, they're
with
always
this.
going to be different. I'm fine with that. I treat it like its own thing. It's like the Marvel movies are so different.
Well, that's why they call it the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It has a number too. I just don't remember which one it is.
Exactly. And then so this is like the DC Cinematic Universe. It's a separate entity where the characters are just based upon. I mean, every movie, every book that's turned into a movie, every game that's turned into a movie can be considered a cinematic universe. Yeah. That's just what it is.
Nerd Edification of the movie.
Cinematic universe right there. But no, but by doing this, making it their own, only drawing from certain things from the comics and not making it hardcore all from the comics, you are kind of bringing in a new audience. You're bringing in an audience that likes superhero movies but doesn't.
Well, there's some
stuff
they kind of should stick with because if you change it too much, it does become alienating to everybody.
That's why they're working on finding a balance. Which I know a lot of people that I know that love superhero films kind of get confused when certain details are alluded to in the movie that you may.
Well, it's kind of. I look at it this way. The issue with this is not like it's its own standalone movie.
Oh no.
This is their Joker for their entire DC movie line.
Yes.
And that's kind of the thing. Like, when they made Captain America, that was Captain America for everything.
Yeah.
For Avengers, for any of the other movies. So this is the Joker we're going to be kind of stuck with. So if it doesn't come off quite right, it alienates a lot of people because. The Joker is someone everybody knows, And I love my friend Brent's joke about the car was kind of it's from Schumacher's personal thing because it's just so garish purple and lights.
Yeah.
And very Schumacherish.
No, but
we'll see.
I for one, I love Jared Leto's acting. The moment that I saw him in Mr. Nobody and the one scene where he's in a back of a van and he's kind of out of it and he starts laughing. And the moment I heard that laugh, after hearing it rumored that he was going to play Joker, I was like, okay, he's going to be fine acting-wise. Yeah. I didn't like the look personally at first, but if you look in the trailers, the tattoos are not as apparent. They're
there. It's the gold teeth. It's the teeth that kind of get it, but
they're greatly faded in the movie. Yeah. Like I'm
at least glad. It looks like he had them before he changed or something almost.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad they're not just cookie cutting and trying to make it so like, oh, this one has to be like the one from The Dark Knight, or my favorite one's still the one from the animated series, the Mark Hamill Joker.
Oh God, Mark Hamill Joker's the best Joker.
It's what's funny is the least violent but the scariest.
Yeah, because it's Mark Hamill. But
all right.
Speaking of DC, this is a little bit of comic book news. And who here likes Poison Ivy?
Jeremy does.
Yeah.
Emma Isley.
Yeah. So after 50 years,
yeah,
she's finally getting her own comic book series.
Yeah, which to clarify, it's an actual ongoing series. She's had plenty of one takes and short stories.
Yeah, little tiny things, but not her own actual thing, which is...
What if Harley's going to be in it?
Well, yeah, well, actually, she is. She's her significant other.
Yeah, they've kind of hinted at that.
Yes. So, but the
It's not the first time.
no, it's not. But the name of the series and the first issue is called Poison Ivy: Cycle of Life and Death. It went on sale on the 20th. So if you want it, go to your local comic book shop because that's
should be
where
waiting
they have.
for me. I gotta go get it.
So it's setting up a new beginning for Ivy. She's still going to retain a lot of her older traits, but she's going to be a lot less in the she's still going to be in the male forefront. Everybody's going to look at her. But they're changing a little bit of her. They're keeping her defining traits, but they're mixing it up a little bit. They haven't really given much else other than that, but I'm glad that she's getting her own one because
I mean, they've always had her ability to control men.
Oh yeah,
pheromones
I mean,
and stuff
but
that,
she's gone through several variations. I mean, she's been the daughter of a wealthy elite. She's been an experiment victim gone wrong. Then she was a literal goddess of nature in one of them.
She was a horrible Schumacher creation.
Yeah, so I
liked how she was handled in one of the more recent Batman game for the way they actually did her on that one, which was a nice little take on it, kind of showing both her sides because she's not really bad.
Right. No,
she's just plant-centric.
She's
that's
very
her focus.
Yeah. If you harm the plants, don't mess with poison ivy.
Keep a nice garden in your house, you'll live.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay.
All right.
So, Fire Emblem Fates is getting its own little
going straight into it.
Yeah, we're
Nintendo 3DS.
Exactly, and this is our exactly.
So, if you're a fan of the Fire Emblem series, Fire Emblem Fates, the new 3DS actually looks pretty great, and it'll cost you about it's 3DS XL. It'll cost about $200.
Yeah, normal
I
cost.
can't afford right now.
It comes out on February 19th. The hardware does,
and it does not come with either game. You'll have to get that separately. I'm not even that.
Well, there's no price difference to it. You can get the system and then buy whichever copy you want or whatever you want to do. You're not forced to get one or the other.
The bundle because.
But bundling it isn't saving you money. That's common misconception. I know
the game bundle.
Oh.
The game.
Well,
the thing
when that was gone
that
the
was
first
sold
day.
out
I got that pre-ordered and that was
it.
Because I got it's like $90, but I got the one with all 3 plus the extra stuff.
Good for you. I wasn't interested in this, but each game themselves they come out in March. I think on the 10th of March.
Yep.
So that's when those will be available. But you can get the cool 3DS before then and play with it and wave it in everybody's faces.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm still waiting for Hyrule Warriors Legends.
Yeah.
I could see him at least doing like a faceplate or something because if you wanted to keep the smaller size, they've got the Pokemon one that's coming out.
Yeah.
That's got the red and blue covers.
Yeah.
But it comes with the virtual console of red and blue with it.
Right.
And that way, if they make a cover, you can just swap it out. Even
if
it's Japanese, you can import it.
There you go.
Yep.
And just before the end of the year, Nintendo actually released the Game Boy Advance title Super Mario Advance 4.
Yay!
And which is on the Wii U Virtual Console in Japan, including the game's extra levels that were originally only playable if you had the e-reader device. Now, less than a month later, Nintendo has announced that this classic is coming to the Wii U Virtual Console here in the States as well.
Oh, it's already out.
Yeah, exactly. It's out and it's like $8, and if you ever really wanted to play it, then yeah, you got the chance now.
Yeah, I have the original one. It was great because it was all Super Mario Brothers 3, an enhanced version, really good port. But then you'd use the e-reader, which I have the cards for, and you could add in the vegetables from Mario 2. You could add in the cape from Super Mario World. There's entire new levels, new enemies, and everything. And you'd swipe you'd have 2 Game Boy Advances. 1 copy of the game, 1 e-reader, and then the cards. And you would just connect it, swipe the cards, and it would save it in the memory. So basically, they're just taking the ROM and just enabling and going, okay, all these are enabled.
Yeah.
So.
Which isn't hard to do, so.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth getting. It's a crazy version of that game.
Oh, yeah. And
Yay.
we finally got more info about Twilight Princess, and we can all kind of talk about this.
There's
And
a lot. I have a I'm
the
very
best use of
familiar
Ganon.
Yeah.
familiar with
It's
Twilight Princess.
it's just I don't even know how to think about it. Like the Ganon, oh man. But Jeremy, tell us a little bit about the Wolf Link one.
Basically, the Wolf Link is going to unlock a dungeon when you use it on there called Through Battle Trial of the Beast.
Yeah, which is
it's a challenge mode, basically. What it is.
It's almost exactly. I'm going to say almost exactly. I know it's not exactly, but the same as there's the trial.
There's a small version of it that's in it,
one.
and then this one's kind of an enhanced version where you're always going to be the wolf in this one. But as you fight through it, whatever hearts you have left over, you can put them, actually save them on the amiibo like a high score, which could be something that leads over to the other one. Because this amiibo, they've already shown for the Wolf Link one, or some people just refer to as the Midna amiibo.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can unlock that. It'll work in Hyrule Warriors to give Midna a weapon. And then somehow will work in Wii U.
Now, if you do this Trial of the Beast while owning the Giant's wallet, now what that says to me is wait until later in the game after you get the Giant's wallet to do this. Yes, it might be cool if you try it beforehand. Yeah, do the Giant's wallet.
I remember that.
Then by doing that, you get the bottomless wallet, which gives you 9,999 rupee limit, which it's over 9,000! And it's pretty much you will never run out of rupees. Ever.
Which makes the magic armor kind of useful now.
Yes, actually useful. So much easier this game is going to be. Wow.
All my 1,000 rupees are gone.
Wow. But it's definitely helpful.
But they clarified also, like, the amiibos themselves, what they're going to function for, and it's kind of interesting. They're doing it almost in sets. Link and Toon Link will refill your arrows whenever we don't know how many times, if it's like once a day. Or
it's once a day, once every 24, yep.
Okay, because I know they were still trying to say if it's either once a session or once a day. And then Zelda and Sheik, same character, will refill your health. People should know by now. And then my favorite is Ganondorf, which if you use him, actually makes the game harder. He doesn't help you at all. He makes it more brutal. You take double the damage. Now here's the thing. If you're playing it on the hero mode, you already take more damage. You can't refill health. And then double that with Ganondorf. If anyone complains,
ultra hard mode.
Yeah, if people complain it's too easy or adjustable, guess what? Here you go.
Yeah.
Good luck
for the hard challenge.
Yeah. For the really.
We did one hit.
Yeah. For the really hardcore gamers, this is the mode for you.
Yeah.
3 hard challenge, hero mode.
Yeah, just the
amiibo.
Ganondorf mode.
Yeah, what he means by the free heart is basically when you beat a boss, you have the option to just skip the heart.
Yep.
And just forever never get the expanded hearts. Don't ever find any of them. Only go by what you start with, which is 3 hearts. And it is, I've never beaten it. It's brutal.
It's brutal. But, and here's the most rumoriest rumor to ever rumor, basically.
And I've got more rumor to add to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
okay, so
right.
The rumor is, guys, that the Nintendo NX is going to be compatible with not only phones and your PC, but the PS4?
Huh?
It should also technically be like the Xbox One and
exactly,
stuff too, so.
yeah. A report on Wednesday suggests that the forthcoming console may be capable of interacting with those things. Wall Street Journal reporter Takashi Mochizuki drew attention to an analyst's reports claiming that Nintendo even plans to allow the NX to work with the PS4 in some capacity. Now, that could be, if you log on to the internet browser on your PS4, you can log into your NX through there. That is the simplest form of where it's compatible. However, they've not confirmed nor denied this. No. For all I know, they could have a Nintendo NX app that you can purchase, or not purchase, but use on your PlayStation somehow.
They probably won't let them do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of them are pretty picky about that. That's why because Sony and Microsoft won't allow cross-platform play either.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't necessarily be play. It would be account management.
Well, I'm just saying the way they have divided them. There's developers that have tried it, and the funny thing is, the Wii U and the 3DS, Nintendo actually allows. There are games you can play between cell phones and those consoles and stuff like that because they're like, yeah, go ahead and do it. But Sony and Microsoft both have the rules in place for developers that they cannot interact with the other systems.
Which is very sad because I think it would open up a whole new realm of people playing together. But that's just me.
Maybe the PC ports would actually work.
Yeah. Yeah, the unofficial information came from David Gibson of Macquarie Research Japan, and as thus, the unlikely sounding interactivity should be treated as a rumor, like a huge rumor.
Of course.
Now, people have previously suggested that there's going to be some cross playability, or not really cross playability, but interaction between Wii U, 3DS, and NX. There's going to be some interaction between the three. I don't know if it's going to be on fully the gaming side, or if it's going to be just on account management and making sure all your account stuff, like maybe access to the Miiverse.
Well, they were saying the new the Nintendo account will be on the Wii U and the new 3DS, and then the NX.
So
as well,
like getting to your Miiverse concept.
Which you can do on a cell
Content.
phone, PlayStation, or Xbox now as it is.
Exactly.
So.
So that's that kind of thing. Now, but here's a different thing, though. So there was some info shared by a Twitter user just the other day. It might have been actually only a few hours ago. It was a survey from GFK, who is a client of Nintendo. The info was basically, when you were going through a survey, it came to this page that was titled the Nintendo NX. And it gave you some details on the platform as well as what's in the box. So the details that it shares is that the Nintendo NX has exclusive game franchises featuring Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, and more.
That's a given.
It connects with other Nintendo players around the world via the Nintendo network. Gameplay flows between the NX console and NX handheld device. Each earn and share gaming achievements, triumphs and defeats with your gaming friends and the Nintendo gaming community. I think that's cool, personally.
I don't like achievements. I found them to be kind of pointless, honestly.
I just like it kind of. It's kind of like getting a grade on an assignment that didn't really mean too much. It makes me feel cool. I was like, I did that. Cool.
It kind of led to issues, and especially with the Xbox One and the PS4, how they handled it, I've completely stopped caring about achievements. Because now they have ones, you can't get them unless you buy the game day one. Oh, there's only certain weekends you can get some of them. And then you got ridiculous ones like Gears of War had, where you had to get like over 1 million. I mean, this ridiculous amount that takes months of play.
Well, that's the whole point. There's some of them are supposed to be hard and all that kind of stuff.
Hard, but then you've got ones, it's just, like, they're becoming time sensitive. They're becoming more like tied to DLC and things like that. It's like, oh, you're almost complete? Well, we're going to add this DLC pack.
But
now you can't 100% without paying another $20.
Here's the thing. Achievements are for fun. They don't mean anything. They just are like, oh, cool, I did this thing. They don't mean anything. Yeah, cool, it gives you a bigger gamer score. Awesome.
What's the difference between that and just going, hey, I did this and putting it on Miiverse as it is now? Because that's more direct. You choose what goes up there. You can show stuff, not just, okay, I've checked off this box. I've sat here for so many hours and grounded this,
here's
killed
the thing.
this flower
Nobody
guy
knows
in Final
about
Fantasy 1,000 times.
Nobody really knows about what achievements you've got unless they go out to find it themselves, or if you share it on Facebook. It's still an elected thing that you choose what to share.
I just never found it to be a really good, useful thing.
Well, it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to have a use. It's just for fun. I mean, yes, there's shows like Achievement Hunter. Rooster Teeth does that, don't they? Yeah. And that's actually kind of fun to watch, because they make the remark that, man, this is really hard or this is really stupid, but it's still something fun to do.
There was somebody said there were some that actually used it in a good way for the way to do it, and then there was a lot more that have been happening that it's just their desperate attempt to make you stay with this game for that much longer by making you play it for so long.
I don't see it as that. It's playing a game just to get achievements is kind of a bad way to play a game. If you're doing it just for that reason, then you shouldn't be gaming at all. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, that's what happened with a lot of stuff with Xbox, where people were importing games and consoles just because it counted as a different set. Or they would play it on PC for a different set just to get that number bigger.
Yeah, but you don't get... Here's what I want people to understand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what achievements you get. You don't get anything for it. Now, if you got something for it, I understand why someone would be mad, or someone would be...
Foam finger from Dead Space 2, I think.
Yeah, like if you get something for it. Like...
Or is it the first one?
Like, if, say, for example, if...
for the avatars?
Yeah. Say, for example, if you got all the achievements you got to unlock something in the game. That would be, I could understand having all the weird achievements and stuff that are really, really hard to get, but then that would make it a little more satisfying. But
that's about the extent I go to when I play games. Like, if I get something, I'll work towards it.
Like, I don't even pay attention to achievements unless it pops up on my little thing. Like, oh, cool, I got an achievement for that. Okay.
See, I've got the point in mind, but it's so distracting, I just turned it off.
Yeah.
run all my systems. I was like, why?
I just like, it doesn't mean anything. I just think it's cool. That's all. It doesn't mean anything. Also, Nintendo NX is capable of surfing the webs and or making video calls on your TV.
Yeah, the Wii U does
The
that.
future.
Yeah, I know, that's just cool. And this. There was many reaction memes to this next part. Supports 4K, 60 FPS video streaming. Gameplay graphics at 90p or 60
900p,
FPS.
60.
and 60. Now, why would you just stop at 900? What?
Actually, most
Talk
developers
about-
run at 900. Many of them don't do 1080. Like Xbox One and PS4, a lot of them are strictly 900. And the weird thing
The
is, there's
consoles
already
are capable of that, but
most of them run at that.
most of them, it has to do with, no, it has to do, if you ran everything at 1080, do you realize how hard that would be on your system? It would be hard on it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ones even on Wii U that are 1080, but a lot of them are going to be 720 to 900, somewhere in that range. Because honestly, most people, you can't really tell the difference.
Yeah.
You really can't.
You can't unless you have like unless you have important eyes. You need a certain brand. You have important eyes. Yeah.
You believe you do.
You believe you do. Right. But so
I can see the difference.
So what comes in the box apparently is the console, the sensor bar, the game controller, and an HDMI
So
cable.
got a sensor bar there.
So
I actually kind of hope they still use the Wii remotes for some stuff. It's for when the developers
I
use it
think it'll
properly,
have
it's quite
compatibility.
handy.
I think they might have compatibility on some level.
I hope so.
I don't see why not. I just want to know what the actual controller looks like, not what the handheld thing that can also connect to it looks
I think
like.
that might be the controller though, as part of it.
No. They said that the actual in a release that I just read earlier today, actually, and I don't know how it didn't end up on
Unless
this
I
one.
mind you, all of this is speculation. Nothing's been shown yet. So,
I know, but someone was examining a patent, and I think an unofficial person that is a client that works with Nintendo, they're a client of them or they are attached to them in some way, said that they're going to plan to release the main console first, and then the periphery later.
See, what I was reading about earlier when they were talking about it was the handheld will come out this year to replace the 3DS, or kind of, because it's time for that. It's been almost, 6-7 years since it came out, or even longer than that, to replace that, and then the actual console being next year. That's the thing, is there's so many rumors going back and forth. We won't know anything from
exactly.
March.
But if this information has any,
Because
legitimacy.
I looked at this, and for the listing they have on the actual part, there's like 7 different layouts of what it could be. Some of them
Yeah.
are saying like, oh, it won't even have a disc drive, or this one will. And it was all like, which one would you actually buy?
Yeah, if this has any legitimacy, see, here's the thing. For just how network and things work, I understand them releasing the main console first to make sure that runs properly, all the updates are out, all that kind of stuff, before
But traditionally,
having a
they
periphery.
always release a handheld first, though.
They might mix it up.
They've
They've done a
done
lot
that.
of weird things this year.
Because they did that with the only time they ever released a system first before the handheld was the actual NES, then the Game Boy. And then from there,
Well, they
you
may
had-
be going back to their roots. We don't know.
Well, that was the only time. After that, they always released a handheld first, and then would release a year or two later the console, and they cycled it that way.
Well, we don't. But here's the thing: like you said, we don't know. I understand from the nature of the console itself and what they're trying to do. I would understand them wanting to release the main part first because it's bigger. It'll give them more time to fix things. If there's any problems when they
That
release,
would make it the shortest run though with
Yeah.
the Wii U for any of their consoles though, is the thing, because they've always had.
But they've
5
already
to 6
said
year.
that this is not a replacement for the Wii U.
Well, they also said the DS wasn't a replacement for Game Boy Advance. Remember the third pillar strategy?
Yeah, but this is just. But this is like legitimately what they
It's
said.
lunch
They're
of the year.
they're still releasing Wii U stuff, and they're going to. There's a lot on the table going through 2017 for the Wii U.
There's some. It's
Yeah.
it's pretty sparse for
Yeah.
a lot of it. I mean,
But there's stuff still on the table, and the reason why there's stuff still on the table is because we don't know what's going on with this, and there's stuff on the table for this that we know nothing about. So I don't know. I can foresee them going either way on releasing it. I understand one set of why they would release the console first. I also understand why they released the handheld first. But they're talking about more info about more potential rumors about the main console moreover than the handheld.
that's the thing though. A lot of this, even if they release it separately, we're talking about rumors for one system.
Yeah.
A lot of this kind of lends, it may still be one thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to be we may not want to think about it like a Vita and PS4, where it's separate systems that have some interaction. This may actually just be two parts of the same system. So we'll have to look and we'll see.
Who knows what they're going to do? They're being really.
They're hopefully supposed to say something in March.
A lot of people are supposed to say a lot of things in March.
Take that with an ocean of salt.
Wow.
Yes.
Whole ocean. Jeremy, what is today's nerd vocab?
Nerd vocab for today is Hyrule. I'm not going to try and say the Japanese version. Is the name of the mythical kingdom in which a vast majority of games within the Legend of Zelda series takes place and serves as the center stage for many of the stories that unfold in the series. While the name of Hyrule applies to Hyrule proper, it can also apply to outlying provinces and territories as well under the rule of the royal family of Hyrule.
So when we say Hyrule Warriors, we're talking about Zelda, and that's the kingdom that's the land that they reside in. So in case you were ever confused about that, there you go.
And of course, you also have Termina.
Wasn't Hylia like just the field? I mean, I'm trying to remember what that was.
Hylia was the actual kingdom, like from Ocarina of Time.
And from every
Twilight Zelda Princess, except for a Link to Link's Awakening.
Skyward Sword, the goddess was.
Skyward Sword, part of it was in Hylia because it was kind of like it was the land, but not established yet.
Yeah, they didn't name it yet.
For Hyrule, and then of course Majora's Mask, things like that.
And Twilight Princess was Hylia as well.
That was Hyrule. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, there's only a handful that haven't been.
Well, they talked about Hylians actually in the gameplay. In Twilight Princess, so.
Yeah, that's kind of, they're all Hylians.
Yeah.
That's like the people of it. Hyrule is the land itself.
That is weird. Why
that's
do they
like
call
we live in
them
America,
Hylians?
but we're Americans. They live in Hyrule. They're Hylians because that's just the way you wouldn't say Hylians. Hyruleans. They've used that before too.
Yes, they have. But to me, that's a little bit of a discrepancy. If there's a thing called Hylia, why would you call something Hyrule instead of it making it like a city-state or something? I don't know.
Well, there's people named Hylia.
Yeah, Hylians. Yes. But what I'm saying is that the land itself, why would you call the people who live there Hylians?
Because it takes place over centuries and they just change the name over time.
Okay,
that's the only thing I just pulled that one out there, people.
The Legend of Zelda universe isn't exactly well known for like writing down history.
Yeah, it did in the Hyrule Historia, but even that was confusing. Yeah, so
because we got to remember that the whole Legend of Zelda universe basically takes place in the Dark Age, like pretty much.
Different parts of it, yeah. They did finally put what was the newest Zelda?
New timeline.
They actually not the HD remakes. Triforce Heroes.
Yeah, into the timeline. Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually put in there too.
Yeah. Now here's something cool. So Bravely Second Inlayer, yay! The sequel to the charming and unique Bravely Default, which is a wonderful game, and I hope that they bring Revo back to do the soundtrack, has finally been given a release date here in the States. It's going to be April 15th, and there's actually a collector's edition available that it features a 10-song soundtrack and a 250-page art book. And the art book is apparently rather big, as a big looking as a port.
Yeah, the last one was a pretty good sized collector's edition. It was like that big, the whole set. I love it.
I'm hoping if I'm going to have to look and see if the composer is still the same, because if it is Revo, that means he did a story CD to accompany it as well, which I will be getting because it has cool vocals in it.
I still have yet to finish the first Bravely Default.
I'm at the tail end. Yeah.
I liked it. I like it. It's just.
Well, here's the thing.
Some of
those bosses ramp up.
Oh yeah.
The one part in the story where
I had a real bad time fighting that poison boss. Because he was an optional boss. The big one. The big, huge one.
Because you always have the option to bring the difficulty down, but I'm just like, I don't want to.
Well, see,
because that was a beauty. You could always change it.
It hasn't given me the difficulty down option yet. Don't you have to die a certain?
No, it's there from the minute you can go. Anytime you're on the main world, just press start, go to it, and
maybe I'm just really bad.
Yeah, because I can. Like, if I just want to explore, you can set your random rate to 0 and never hit anybody. But if you want to just grind, you can set it to 100%. And every few seconds, you'll just hit people and just grind away.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's good.
Great. Joe, what's going on? Or whoever wants to do that.
Who wants to talk about
I have no idea what
this
I can make it through.
This game.
Yeah, so basically there's an exclusive interview with John Smedley reveals Hero's Song, his new open world OARPG.
What the heck does that mean?
No one really explains.
It doesn't even say.
Yeah, someone needs to do better work.
I didn't even know what it meant. So
online
to the internets.
Adventure
Online,
RPG?
yeah, I can think maybe action.
Online action. How does that make it any different from an MMO? I don't know.
It's kind of like, what was it? You had RPGs like Final Fantasy back on the Super Nintendo, and then you have like Illusion of Gaia, where it's an action RPG. It still has the mechanics, but you're in direct control, direct fighting. I don't know.
Okay.
That's just a complete guess.
Okay.
Anyways, today we finally learned what John Smedley's been working on since he resigned from his decades-long role at Daybreak. The industry veteran has founded indie studio Pixel Image Games and is hard at work on Hero Song, a buy-to-play, fantasy-based pixel art, open-world, PvE, which is player versus everyone focused action RPG. They don't know what that is. That can host thousands of other players, but will boast a solo campaign and allow private servers as well.
Can we talk about?
mouthful.
I know. Can we talk about how it's pixel art? What?
They just look like all right, here's this. Let's just throw it all together.
Like that to me reminds me of Minecraft a little bit. I'm like, so they're basically.
No, Rachel, but Minecraft is voxel, not pixel.
I don't care.
Technically, it's still polygon. Voxel is a whole different thing. That's like 3D.Game Hero.
You see the look on my face.
3x3.
No, Caleb, you see the look on my face right now. This is the look of someone who does not care.
I'm right there with
I'm
you.
gonna need a comment saying, Rachel, that's not right. It's a voxel.
If you want to see voxels, go play 3D.Game Hero. It's a fantastic game on PS3. Anyways, so the
Sandboxy.
the Sandboxy feature set, housing, character development, crafting a world in flux, sounds remarkably like an MMORPG, at least in its largest form. The studio has raised $1 million in private investment already and brought together MMORPG industry veterans like EverQuest lead designer and co-creator Bill Trost and wildly popular and widely acclaimed fantasy author Patrick Rothfuss.
Oh, cool.
The game's Kickstarter launched earlier this week, and the game itself launches in October. That's 1 year development time from start to finish.
Yeah, so they started doing some stuff in October. That's all I know.
That's confusing.
I don't know. OARPG. I'm going to have to sit on that. No, I'm going to have to sleep on that and be like, why? Why?
What are you?
Yeah, so,
just,
and here's this, you'll like this, Caleb.
I might.
You'll like this. Do you want to?
So, well, after much speculation of what was in store for Sega's announcement that they
Talk about
teased
overselling.
this week, they're like,
Overselling.
yeah, overselling.
We're going to do a thing. Watch our thing.
Yeah, watch it. Classic-centric release would be revealed as Sega announced that earlier this week that the Sega 3D Classic Collection will be released physically and digitally in the Americas because we all like our classic collection stuff.
Oh, don't we? Yes.
So Sega's announced they will be releasing a collection of 9 old-school games that have been powered up with fresh new visuals and content from Studio AM2 for the Nintendo 3DS system on April 26th. The Classic Collection will be available on the Nintendo eShop and in retail stores. And the 9 games that it contains are Power Drift, High Octane Spirit Base Circuit Racer.
That's what it is, yeah.
Mhm.
And Puyo Puyo 2, head-to-head competitive puzzle game.
I'll play that one.
Puyo Pop.
Yep, Puyo Pop. Maze Walker, 3D Mystery Adventure.
I will also play that one.
That's an old one.
Ooh, Fantasy Zone 2, The Tears of Opa Opa. Why is Opa Opa doesn't have a face. How's he talking? Okay, anyways, classic psychedelic side-scrolling shooter. Fantasy Zone 2 W. I've never heard
It's
of that
basically an updated version of the game above, so they're going to give us
Yeah.
both versions, both updated.
The classic
so
and the
there's
remake.
There's going to be a classic updated version and a remake updated
Classic
version.
remake updated version.
Yeah, my God.
one. Sonic the Hedgehog, I guess the original, controlled the iconic character in the classic fast-paced platform. I guess
So
this
it's
is
gonna be
the
kind-
3D, like
Yeah, like
It's
Generations,
Well,
yeah.
no, they're the original 2D, but they're layered like the Kid Icarus, and like
Yes.
that's what it is.
Yes,
because these
so-
have all been released on 3DS already.
Exactly.
Thunderblade, helicopters, gun, missiles, explosions. I don't even.
That one looks
say
good on
anymore.
there.
Yeah.
Galaxy Force 2, Save the Galaxy in a 3D shoot 'em up. Wow. Altered Beast, which I heard that was the second.
Wise from your grave.
Why
is from your grave?
Yeah, Altered Beast was one of their classic arcade games that was when the Sega Genesis first came out. They were really pushing their arcade ports. Was it was impressive, but just a bad port. And now we get like a nice 3D depth of field bad port. So we'll see how that works.
So I'm excited because Maze Walker looks really cool. As soon as I saw Mystery Adventure, I went, yes, this is my brand game.
They kind of oversold this the way, because especially when they said a new classic-centric release, which everyone's like, oh, is it going to be a new Sonic or one of their classic series is a new title?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, it's just a collection of what we already have.
Yeah, so maybe one day Sega will get its head on straight and actually do a new classic-centric Sonic, or they'll actually bring back Sonic Team when the games were actually good.
Yeah, most of them are gone.
Exactly.
Most part,
Yeah.
they work for me.
Yeah. So
right,
now this is actually
I like
cool.
this one,
This
yeah.
is really cool. Jeremy, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yep, Microsoft announces Minecraft Education Edition for schools. Now, a little side note, Microsoft, a lot of people have been using Minecraft as an actual educational tool.
Yeah.
This one is kind of cool because when kids open Minecraft, Microsoft doesn't just want them exploring dark caverns, endless plains, and procedurally generated mountains. It wants them exploring places carved out of the real world, like ancient Pompeii, the pyramids of Giza, and Greek temples, places they can learn from. To start making that happen, Microsoft's today announcing Minecraft Education Edition, a new version of Minecraft that's customized for schools specifically. For now, the changes aren't dramatic. Minecraft Education Edition is essentially the same Minecraft as you've been playing for years, but with a few extra features geared towards ease of use. That includes improving Microsoft's mapping feature so a class can actually find its way around, letting teachers lock in certain resources for students to use, and adding an in-game camera and scrapbook to handle screenshots for cataloging where you've been. Microsoft is quick to emphasize that it's keeping the changes minor because it doesn't want to make Minecraft into a straight educational product. It's still a game first and foremost, and therefore something kids want to use, just one that happens to have applications in the classroom.
Now, say for example, I like this a lot. Microsoft is very smart in doing this, because if they have this as on its own kind of network, on its own server sort of thing, the education one, they can put in exploring Pompeii. They can put in all that kind of stuff, large-scale maps that they can put in there and download.
The cool thing is they're making it actually very affordable for a lot of the schools, because it's not like some big purchase. It's like $5 a student, and that covers them for an entire year.
Exactly.
And they can add what they want. They'll have servers online where they can add these. So every time someone adds it, they can.
Yeah, and it should, these maps, these certain things should be all in one place where people can find them, obviously. And I think that they're going to do this. But can you imagine, like, if you're going to, you go to a volcano, and while you're there, it'll tell you the scientific processes that occur that make it erupt, how lava forms, that kind of stuff. This is really smart, and also it's very, very, very good for those certain students that need this sort of thing in order to learn. They do very well with video games, just not much else.
With command blocks, though, especially with the recently updated command blocks, you could do all sorts of crazy stuff. Like in Minecraft, like you could you could press a button on a command block, it'll make like 1,000 other command blocks appear, and it'll probably like show you inside what happens in the volcano.
I like this because they already have kind of this thing in the sense that when you log into your account on campus or at your school on whatever computer, all your stuff is there that you've kind of been working for, stuff like this. Like an in-class laptop, you have an account on that laptop that is yours that only you and the teacher can access. This is kind of the same thing.
Well, there's even a possibility the kids could take this home, and if they have, because Minecraft does not take much. You can run it on tablets, stuff.
Put assignments on there.
Well, if they have the login,
do this, missions that are actually class assignments.
Yeah, explore this and use the screenshot tool.
Playing video games for homework I love human beings.
I look at it this way, and it kind of brought it up when I mentioned Oregon Trail. I played it as a kid. He said you guys have played it. It's been around for so long.
Yeah.
But the game itself was incredibly accurate. How much we actually learned about, traveling west and things that happened because of that video game.
And there was a
never ford the rivers.
What was okay?
But this is infinitely bigger than that, which is great. Sorry.
What was the other one? Was it Oregon Trail that you had to go up to Alaska to mine for gold or something?
No, Oregon Trail was literally
there was another one
west, you're just going from
there was
east to
another
west
one that you had to go to Alaska to do gold.
Might have been Alaska Trail.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I mean, there was all kinds of games back then, like Carmen Sandiego was a good one for learning geography and stuff like that. That's the only reason I still remember half that stuff.
Oh, I love Carmen Sandiego and Pajama Sam. And
That
Freddie
was not-
Fish?
Yeah, that was beyond me.
Putt not so much. but
Putt not so
Putt
much,
was
no.
there. He was there.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think my kids were old enough to play that. So.
But, okay, and now finally we're getting on to our science and
Last
our
bit of news.
weird
experiment.
news.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, this is really, really cool. On Wednesday, scientists at the California Institute of Technology announced that they had uncovered evidence of a giant planet existing beyond Pluto in our solar system. So,
Oh,
this
name
thing
it,
has
say
just
that.
been hiding in the darkness, apparently, for a very long time, and there's a reason why.
Ninja planet.
The planet, which is nicknamed Planet 9 until it's confirmed, and they've come up with a name for it, and they get some data on it, which, didn't we just send a probe
Pluto
past...
too.
Didn't we just send a probe past Pluto, and the probe didn't even
Well-
see it? But there's a reason for that. Yeah.
Well, think about it. As
Yes.
far as you've gone, that's a more
Yes,
infinitely
exactly.
larger. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
can miss some stuff.
you could, and there's a reason for that. It is estimated to have a mass approximately 10 times larger than Earth's and an orbit 20 times farther from the sun. It is estimated that it would take Planet 9 between 10,000 to 20,000 years to orbit the sun just one time.
Don't worry, guys. We'll go tomorrow.
What?
And then we were all dead.
Exactly. One of the researchers, Mike Brown, says, and this was in a press release, he said, this would be a real ninth planet. There have only been 2 true planets discovered since ancient times, and this would be a third. That's it's a pretty substantial chunk of our solar system that's still out there to be found, which is pretty exciting. The planet is thought to be gaseous, similar to Uranus and Neptune.
That makes sense.
Brown and co-researcher Konstantin Vyatkin, I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. It's probably
I'll go
Russian.
with
Came to their conclusion after examining some bizarre orbits of more than a dozen distant objects in the Kuiper
Kuiper.
belt.
Which is the belt beyond
Pluto? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brown goes on to explain, basically, it shouldn't happen randomly. So we thought something else must be shaping these orbits. The research theorized on what could be causing the orbit and plugged a massive planet into the simulation, which seemed to produce similar results of what they observed. They were still very skeptical, and then they tried it a few more times, and they were convinced afterward when their simulations predicted additional orbits that they have seen. So I guess they added a few more things in and changed some parameters, etc.
Right.
So they said they plotted up the position of those objects in their orbits, and they matched the simulations exactly.
Yep.
So when they found that, their jaws kind of hit the floor. The other researcher says that this actually makes our solar system more normal, believe it or not. This is because most planets in other solar systems don't have a single orbital range and are much larger than Earth. So he says one of the most startling discoveries about our planet, other planetary systems, has been that the most common type of planet out there has a mass between that of Earth and that of Neptune. Until now, we've thought that the solar system was lacking in this most common type of planet. Maybe we're more normal after all. I just think this is cool. Not only did we get a new picture of like Pluto last year, and it had a little heart on it, like, I missed you, call me a planet again, and everyone's
me back,
like,
baby, take me back.
and everyone's like, no, and then here's big, huge planet out of it that's been hidden for God knows how long.
Like, hey guys.
Hi guys,
Hi.
I'm the new guy.
And
And here's the weird thing, and this is our last bit of news.
Last bit of news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is weird.
It is so weird.
McDonald's is putting chocolate on fries in Japan.
It's not the weirdest thing they've done.
So starting on
Sweet and salty, I suppose.
January 26th, McDonald's is going to create and sell chocolate-covered dessert fries in Japan. The company is calling this new combination the McChoco Potato.
Oh no!
No, wait.
I hadn't read the name until now. That's
Wait,
just,
here we go. McDonald's, no. McDonald's, yes.
And it'll be available for a limited time, of course. So the McChoco Potato comes drizzled with 2 sauce options.
Or both.
Or both. Chocolate...
Cocoa.
it's supposed to be cocoa.
That's how you spell it.
Okay. Chocolate cocoa flavor and white milk chocolate. So, Japanese fast food chains have had a history of being creative with their menus. You might remember Burger King's entirely black burger or the McDonald's Shaka Shaka fries, which were topped with cheese and bacon.
That's actually
Yeah.
pretty appetizing, unless
know,
it's that
right?
really bad melty cheese. Yeah.
It has to be limited time because otherwise there's going to be like a spike in diabetics.
No, I'm just choco potato.
Choco potato now.
Choco
You
potato.
have to say potato.
Oh my god.
Potato.
So-
Choco potato.
Potato.
Choco potato.
I'm not gonna be eating this, obviously. If
I
it,
want to try it. I'm
gonna
gonna.
Japan.
I'm gonna watch someone eat it on YouTube. I want to go to Japan for not.
But Nerd Edification Hour, fund us to go to Japan. We'll try them.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No,
I
but
can just get my job. I'll pay for myself. I don't care. Hire me.
yeah, but no, and so yeah, just to kind of recap, we're hoping to be in this this new space a little more permanently, and I hope that we do, and we might have some video elements later
We'll
on
try.
inside there, depending on how things go. And remember, you can find us. You can find us on Facebook at Nerd Edification Hour. You can also find us on Twitter at Nerd Edification.
Yep.
And Caleb, where can they find us on YouTube?
They find us on YouTube at Strangely Entertaining. That's capital S, capital E, one word. And it's also my Twitch name, Strangely Entertaining. So twitch.tv/Strangely Entertaining. Gotten a couple people. It's very
Yay!
interesting. Yeah.
And Jeremy, where can they find you in your space?
Mostly on Twitter at Zenspath, of course, Zenspath.com, and then our podcast, which is also on iTunes. So,
And if you... Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you are watching this right now on TV, basically, it's available on Channel 5 or Channel 6, depending on Comcast or Nalogy. I'm not exactly sure what time they're on, but if you go on GCSCTV.com and click on the program schedule, it will show you the times when these episodes air, as well as you can also watch them from there. So,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yay!
And if you can't find any of our social stuff, just Google the Nerd Edification Hour.
Yeah, and we're right at the top,
told them to
or
Google
you
it.
can send us a
Google it.
message on Facebook if you have any questions or have any suggestions for us to what to talk about on the show.
Yeah.
or just yell at me on Twitter. I'll yell back.
Yeah, well, I'll yell.
I will literally yell. I'll send an audio message.
I don't
What?
yell, unless it's about Metroid or something.
That's one of the biggest things you do yell about, yeah.
Right.
No. And sometime in the next week or so, I think sometime next week, Square Enix is doing their active time report on Final Fantasy 15. So I will have... I will be yelling about that on my Twitter and probably my Facebook and probably on our Facebook maybe. Maybe I'll share a link to it so people can watch it. But
Here's a link of Rachel yelling.
yeah, once that comes about, I'll have a little bit more to say about that as well. So hopefully that'll be next week. And if it's not next week, they didn't exactly air the date. They just said end of January.
It'll be sometime this year, definitely.
Yeah, is when they're talking about it. And, if it's not next week that I get to talk about it, it'll be the week after. So yay.
All right. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay fancy.
Bye-bye.
Peace.